Hey guys, it's very early in the morning and I thought I would do a get ready with me. I'm getting ready to go to work and I thought I would just do a quick video while I got ready. I wish I could say I'm going on other adventures right now other than what I've mentioned in previous videos, but as of right now I am not. January and February are kind of slow months for me. I don't know about y'all, but I primarily only go to work. But anyway, let me pause for a second and grab my cosmetics. Okay, I'm back. So, like I said, January and February are slow months for me, so I don't usually have anything like earth-shattering planned. My life is just kind of, basic. I go to work and come home, and I'll sometimes go do stuff at my church, and I also go to the gym. Just very basic things that most people do, I wish I could make this a full-time job, but it's not in the cards for me right now, at least not at the moment. I have a full-time job that I have to maintain because, we're in this world where we have to live paycheck to paycheck, and, you can't survive without having something full-time. Especially when you're somebody like me and you rent a home and you have other bills that just demand your attention and payment as soon as you get your check from work. So, I try to have fun too with my money. It's just hard to sometimes when you have a lot of large bills coming out that, demand your immediate attention. So I know I look ridiculous and silly. I know you're used to seeing me film with no makeup on, but, I'm trying to look put together when I go to work at least. I try not to wear this too often because it does clog my pores. I still get acne in my 30s and it's insane, but, most people don't believe me when I tell them I'm in my 30s. I don't know how they don't believe me, but I appreciate that, and I hope that it stays that way for a long time. But yeah, it occurred to me this morning how, sometimes you have these people that come and go in your life, and one second, I have to get a makeup brush. Anyway, as I was saying, sometimes you have people that come and go in your life, and it's sometimes really hard to process it when they're not really in your life anymore. They're just kind of a background character, and you see them posting online and it's all about like their reflections and stuff, and you think that you're really good friends with somebody and they don't really consider you. They consider other people and their status. And I never ask for much as a friend of someone. I don't want to be a celebrity. I don't want to be well known. I don't want to be worshipped or anything like that. But when I reflect on my life and I consider people, and I include them as part of my journey and part of what contributes to getting me to where I want to be. And it hurts when I see that the same thing is not done for me. And I'm trying to come to terms with it. I'm trying to come to terms with my circle being pruned even further by God. And it's hard when doors close on me with people. And granted, the people that I am seeing that are not considering me that should, as a healthy friendship would, are a lot older than me. And I know that they're probably in a different season of life than I am. And they can't really relate to me as much as most other people could around my age group. So, I'm trying not to take too much offense to it. And, I learned a long time as well to accept that sometimes you will be the villain in someone's story. And that's okay. The important thing is to own your truth, know the facts of what really happened on something, and just work on you and work on what you can improve as a person, and let people be what they want to be. Let them believe what they want to believe. Let them gossip about you. Let them have those opinions. I know they're hard to let them have because, some of them are very off base, I'm sure, in your story. And when people are like that, you want to consider whether or not they're healthy enough to keep in your life anyway. You want people that are going to be honest with you and real with you at all times, not just when they're with you. You want them to not be fake to your face and, say what they really mean to someone else behind your back, or talk about how they really feel about you when you're not in the room. And that's what I'm coming to terms with. I want to have friends that are going to keep it real with me. So let me pause for a second and get my eyeshadow ready. So sometimes when you're searching for that sense of realness in your life, it does come with a lot of closed books, chapters, and goodbyes. And for me, that's really hard because I grow accustomed to and attached to people that enter my life, especially if I really like those people and don't want something to happen to them. And, it's hard to come to terms with that. Now, I have realized and noticed, and this is my personal belief, when God takes someone or something away, he has and always has in my life replaced it with better. And sometimes it's not always, when we want it or on our time, and we think that maybe it's never going to come to pass, when in reality it does when we least expect it. And that's the kind of faith and hope I'm trying to hold on to when it comes to a partner. I have completely sworn off the dating apps because in my experience, and this is not the same experience everyone else has, I get a lot of people that are fake. I get a lot of guys that clearly don't, read my profile. It's a numbers game for them. They will, think they have a chance with me, and I look at their profile, I look at their pictures, I look at what they're all about, and it's everything I'm not about. And, it's very frustrating because, they think that they have a chance with me sometimes, or I'll get like the occasional person that I think I'm gonna match with. I try matching with them, and then they unmatch with me. Like I don't know what the problem was. I don't know why they matched with me in the first place, if that's what they were gonna do, or I get situations like that last guy that was in my life that led me astray for 8 weeks, And I know in the grand scheme of things, 8 weeks is not very long, but when you are a planner and you think about the future and you consider people for a potential future, 8 weeks is a long time. And you start to build your life around that, and you start to think, okay, this person might be able to actually meet my family. Looking back on what happened to me in that situation, I really honestly wish that he would have just been honest with me after the first date and would have told me that he wasn't feeling it, instead of letting things progress like they did, which it's really confusing because I feel like he felt something for me, because why else would you let this go for 8 weeks? Like when you're dating someone or you're trying to get to know them or you think you want them in your life, if you don't feel it, you're going to want to end it right away. I mean, at least that's in my experience. You're going to want to end it right away so that you're not wasting any more of your time, let alone theirs. And I learned the hard way not to waste people's time out of fear of hurting their feelings. And, my last relationship went on for 4 years because I was afraid of life on the other side of that relationship, because I built a sense of comfort around it. And I was also afraid of hurting his feelings, even though in the grand scheme of things, I don't know that I really did hurt his feelings, because he kind of wanted to be the victim anyway and wanted me to do the breaking up. And I did, and here we are, and he didn't do anything to try to fight for me. And I know love is not like the movies, but at the same time, when someone's really important to you and they want to leave, you're going to do whatever you can at first to try to keep them here. I mean, I know you can't convince someone to stay, but, if you've been together a long time with someone, you're not going to just let them walk away unless they never really meant anything to you for a while. I wouldn't say the whole time, but maybe for a while. 1 second, I'm going to get my eyeliner and mascara. Okay, so I guess what I'm just trying to say is I'm just believing for and praying for and hoping for more honest people in my life. And, I want people that are gonna keep it real with me no matter what, you know, and even if what they have to say hurts or is painful, I'd rather they say it to me instead of, you know, pretending to really want to be my friend or really want to be in a relationship with me, you know. I just don't want to accept any more fake people, you know. I want someone that's going to keep it real with me, even if they clearly don't like me. I know I'm not everyone's cup of tea. Everyone is not for everyone. It's okay that that is the case. If we were all for everyone, life would clearly be boring, in my opinion. And that's what makes life interesting, is you do find the person that is for you, whether that's a friend or a partner. And, you know, I have to hold out hope that that's going to happen for me, even if it feels hopeless and it feels like I'm not doing anything by not being on the dating apps. And, you know, I'm just meeting a lot of secular people on those apps that just don't match my beliefs. And, you know, you want somebody that believes the same things you do, you know, because how else are you going to build a sustainable future with them? You know what I mean? And I'm not dogging on anybody that doesn't believe what I do. I'm just saying, for all relationships, you want to be with people that are like-minded. And that's what I'm looking for. That's what anyone would want to look for. All that to be said, I'm going to go ahead and brush my hair. I know this is a quick video, and this is my first get ready with me. I know it was kind of brief and quick. Hopefully it made sense what I was talking about, and I hope everyone's doing well. I will upload adventures as I have them, and I'll keep this channel consistently going as much as I can. Like I said, I have a full-time job, so I can't commit to like a daily schedule like Adam the Woo did. But maybe eventually one day that might happen. You know, I'm holding out hope on everything, and I'm trying to remain optimistic, and in his honor, I'm trying to be brave and put good things out there into the world, or the circle of goodness. But anyway, I hope everyone has a great day, and hopefully I'll be able to upload this today. And yeah, so enjoy your day, and more content will come soon.